and researched with Isaac Darlington.
I shall have this water that is already boiled at 100% degrees. Shall get our coffee. Now, good coffee is supposed to be 7 grams. This is like 7 grams. Put it in the cup. And then we give it some time. Now we give this coffee some time for it to settle, properly and, dissolve properly and also settle. This is now what they call brewing, the brewing process. But as time goes on, you're going to see it sort of forming.
So you just saw our coffee being made here by Alex. It's very interesting because we've shared a couple of conversations.
Sure.
Your story about how you get to coffee, how you get into coffee, and we're going to be having that conversation a bit later. But just for clarity, this is Fine Café.
Yeah.
Fine Café. Is it Café or Café?
Fine Café.
Okay. It looks like a French word.
True.
Yeah. So you are a businessman, amongst many other things. You are also employed somewhere.
Yeah.
I usually find it very interesting because yesterday when we were talking, you said this is my side hustle, talking about Fine Café.
Fine Café.
And then how are you able to balance where you're employed with the Fine Café? How are you able to balance those two things?
First and foremost, it's a pleasure being with you, my brother Isaac.
Yes.
And
the coffee conversation.
True. And I want to appreciate the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
I want to believe that it is impacting on the life of several youths.
Yep.
Now, you posed the question, how I balance the two.
Yes.
That I am employed somewhere, but also running a business somewhere.
Yes.
One thing is that it's very important, first of all, for every person to have a dream.
Yep.
And you must always make sure that you do whatever it takes to push the dream. The journey to success has a lot of things. It has a lot of fathers.
yes, that's true.
Yeah, there are people who have said that the journey to success has a lot of fathers, and true, it is true. For you to have a successful business does not start one single day.
No.
It isn't. So there are a lot of things that you have to do from the background, and then you see them coming true. Now, how I balance off the two, that I'm running a small business somewhere, but also being employed somewhere.
Yes.
There are a few things that you have to put into account. And one of them is being open. You have to be very, very open with your employer.
Yes.
That's number one key factor that you have to bear in mind. That whenever you're going to start off anything and you're employed somewhere, just have that respect to inform your employer that, you know what, I am doing this. I am going to take on this.
Yeah.
So that if you're off, it's not a rumor, and it does not take people by surprise that, today Alex is not
worked, he's not available, he's not in office.
It's not available, he's not doing this.
Yeah.
No. So you have got to be very transparent. Tell your employer about the steps that you're taking. Have that discipline. You don't have to keep dodging work. Simply inform. You inform that, today I will not be available. I'll be going somewhere to do this. But also that one works well if you're also delivering at work.
Yes. You cannot just ignore your duties on one side and then expect that they will understand.
No. There have to be those deliverables that you give at work. So that clearly now brings us to the issue of timelines.
Yes.
You have got to utilize your time very, very sufficiently. When you're at work, you're at work.
Yes.
And you must ensure that you deliver such that you don't get that back and forth. For people to now start thinking that probably you're giving your business more time and you're not focusing this way. It's quite hard, it's disturbing, but you must find a way.
You have to.
Of balancing the two.
Yes.
So giving it time, it's key. Having that respect is very important.
Very true.
Having to understand that, yes, I have my job, but I also have a mother job.
Yes.
And that is your employer.
I like how you've stated it, a mother job. Okay, so you work at Generous, it's a hardware.
Yes.
You do sales and marketing.
Yes.
You apply those skills directly to this as well.
True.
Explain some of the things, assuming I am a client.
Yeah.
Or a prospective end user.
Yeah.
How would you package this for me?
As in coffee.
Coffee, yes.
While you are there at Generous.
Yes.
Buying your iron bars, buying your cement.
Yes.
Definitely I will chip in and ask you if you're a coffee person. Isaac, do you take coffee? Definitely I will ask you.
Yes.
So if you're a coffee person, I'll also tell you, I also sell good coffee.
Yes.
You know where I am the ambassador of fine coffee.
You're the number one. That's something that is key to consider.
Yeah.
Most people who are team leaders
Yes.
or CEOs of their businesses sometimes sit back and say, I'm going to hire a sales and marketing team to do this for me, and then ignore the fact that as a CEO, you are the number one brand ambassador and salesperson of your own product.
True.
Yes.
So I will definitely come in and ask you if you're a coffee person. And then I'll introduce you to this.
Yes.
Because the two are different. Yes. Iron bars are different. But also this is something that everyone takes.
Yes.
For as long as you're a coffee guy, coffee person, you will take it.
Yeah.
So I will come in and ask if you can take this as well. Yes.
Now, there's an interesting conversation that I was having with Alex before we got to this. Your journey and how coffee starts.
Yeah.
And I want us to walk that story a little bit. We want to backtrack just a bit to get a bit, because I was curious to know, did you grow having coffee around, because we are in this land where coffee is so much the number one cash crop. Yes. And you gave me a very interesting story. So give that to me once again. Let me paint that picture. How you get into coffee. Now,
first of all, what you've stated is very true.
Yes.
We're from a region that majorly depends on coffee. Coffee is the cash drive of this entire region.
Yes.
And it has impacted on several people's incomes. Every time the season sets in, people's families are happy. Yeah. Because it's very, very evident that once the coffee season arrives, people are going to have some money in their pockets.
Yes.
And coffee is almost next to gold. Yeah. So it fetches quite a bit of cash.
Yeah.
But my journey to it, back in 2017, at Generous, we had a staff who was leaving.
Yes.
And so we did a farewell party for him. And while we were at the party, at the time, I think Nile Breweries had introduced a new brand of beer.
Yeah.
They called it Reds. So, we are happy. It's an open bar. And
you get to take whatever you want.
Yeah, you take whatever you want, whatever amounts. It's an open bar, really. So I took some bottles of Reds, but the experience I had later was a very bad experience. It included vomiting, it included headaches.
Yes.
I had a very, very bad experience. I had taken beers before. I had taken clubs and what. Although I wasn't a drunkard as such, or maybe the word drunkard will offend those that take beers. But I was not a regular
consumer.
No. I wasn't a regular consumer.
Of these beverages.
True. So I would take it on a few events,
different
occasions. Yeah. So on that day, I think I took a lot, and it just didn't go well with me. So after I started getting funny, body effects, dizziness, they would have those constant headaches, and I just felt not myself. So I took a decision. I said, from today onwards, I will not take any beers. As I monitor,
that is how you divorce from the beer story.
Yeah, as I monitor myself.
Yes.
But progressively, I kept experiencing some change. As I was taking the medication, the headaches started stopping, going slowly. And then I reached a point and said, okay, I think let me quit the drinking completely. So since 2017, I have not taken any beer until to date. So while I was quitting, I needed to have something that would replace the beer.
Yeah.
And the perfect replacement was coffee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, also for you, I think this is another story we'll have, but for a person who is looking to transition, I would recommend real coffee, and in this case, fine Café will work for you. By the way, they have been so gracious to partner with us in this episode, so that's also something we're grateful for as the Unresearched podcast.
Yeah.
So many of us dream.
Yeah, true.
And sadly, we stop at dreaming. I recently spoke about having 1 month to live. Where you imagine you have only 1 month to live, what are some of the things you go after?
Yeah.
What pushed you to chase this dream? I would like to think finances are there, yes, but I believe it's bigger than just the financial aspect.
Yeah.
What are some of those things?
Now, in the beginning, I told you that every normal human being should be having dreams. And you must always push from whatever angle. We have work, we are paid, but most of the times the payment may never be enough from your work. Actually, as a matter of fact, there has never been a successful person on earth that ever depended on salary. They have never been there. So the most successful people that we see are people that are in business. Forget about the politicians, forget about what. But the most successful people are business. And the reason is simple. The moment you have a sustainable business, then some other things start working out automatically. But for you to have that successful business, you have got to take those simple, small steps. And some of those steps will definitely include taking a decision that this is now what I am going to do. Now, for me, I started Fine Café because I understand coffee. That's number one. 2, it is something that I consume myself. So I had to do it because I had the passion for it. Number 3, I understand it. And then at the back of my mind, I also knew that once I start this business, it should be able to supplement on what I'm getting for salary so that I can achieve my dreams. We have a lot of dreams, but the resources are also not there. Some dreams really require resources to actualize them.
Yeah.
So I had to start this so that I supplement on what I get for salary and then keep chasing the dreams. And once we started, I want to tell you for a fact that we have reached somewhere We haven't yet, actualized the dream, the complete dream, but we are somewhere. And we're very, very optimistic that we are going to have the dream achieved.
Now, I can understand and I appreciate as a small business owner what you just said, but our issue comes in with when we start to talk about being patient, and letting the business grow to the point where we can actually now say we are realizing profits. There is that stage, and I just want you to share, how have you been able to deal with that, where you're having pressures from the business is constantly draining you, and you're asking yourself, when do you also benefit from the business? How do you deal with those pressures?
Pressures are there, but we have to appreciate that business grows slowly. For you to build a business, it takes time. There are some things that we do to the business and they don't have immediate returns. And so we've got to understand how business moves. We've got to understand that that is how it goes. That today you will have investment and then it will not give you those immediate returns. And there is nowhere else where you're getting that money. It's from the small profits that you're doing the investment. So the moment you start looking at profits today, then this business is not going to grow. And then you are going to get tempted to start diverting the profits into probably your personal things. So what happens is you've got to be extremely patient. You've got to understand that the business has to grow. So whatever that you're making today, it has to be reinvested. If there are any other things that you would want to do, then maybe you have to look for other sources, but not getting into what the business is making today. Otherwise, it's going to be a challenge. This business will not grow. So a business is supposed to grow itself. Whatever that it is making today, whatever little that it is making today, make sure that you reinvest in it. And then once you reach at what they call a sustainable stage, that's when you can say, okay, we've now achieved this, we've now put this, we've now put this. Whatever that we had in our plans, we've now put it. Then you can now think of rewarding yourselves. Okay. But as it is today, I think it's we just have to be extremely patient. And whatever you're getting, please put it back.
Reinvest.
Businesses grow by investment. The moment you don't have investment, you simply don't have a business.
The story of Fine Café is one that is beautiful, and it is still very much in the making. I believe we all should be a part of it, and be supportive of this wonderful. I've tasted it myself. I can't say I'm an expert in coffee, but I can tell when coffee is bad and when it is not good. And we'll be having more of this information, his contacts as well, if you would like to access the Fine Café and be a part of the beautiful journey. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.